as I think you've been told, this is our first event since COVID, and we were certainly glad to put it on, and we're certainly glad that everyone's here. As you know, our theme is Hidden Treasures, and I think our museums are one of the hidden treasures for the city of Artesia. For those that don't know, we've been in our organization since 1993, so we're over 30 years old, and I'm hoping we'll be a lot older someday and keep on and being here in this city and the passion that so many of us have for it. And I know that the next generations are coming up, and I feel they also have the passion. And so if not, we'll just give them a little push in that direction. So.
Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Victor Manalo, and I am here on behalf of RTA. We are here at the Artesia Historical Society Gala, and I'm really excited to be joined with the Mayor Monica Manalo from the city of Artesia. Welcome.
With me. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to say a few words.
So what do you think about being here? How do you feel about being here at the Historical Society Gala tonight?
You know, one of the unique, beautiful characteristics of Artesia is the residents' appreciation of the history of this city. Such a small little city, but they cherish their history. So to be here tonight and to celebrate the history of Artesia, and not only the history of Artesia, but the gatekeepers of the history of Artesia, is really special.
Right. And how important is that as the mayor of this great city? How important is that for us to kind of be in touch with the history of this city?
You know, small cities in this country have a real opportunity to preserve their unique foundation and how they've developed and be able to see how the city has evolved. And the wonderful benefit that we have is that many of these folks who are here preserving this history, they lived this history. So it is very important as the mayor and as part of the city council to be able to help continue that, encourage it, and support the history of this city.
That's wonderful.
And preserving it.
That's great. Thank you so much, Madam Mayor, for taking some time. I know that they're going to be eating pretty soon, so I don't want you to delay.
Well, thank
getting
you
to your
very
dinner.
much. Yeah, because the fun is waiting for me back there. So,
Okay.
But thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Artesia Historical Society's fundraising gala event, Hidden Treasures. We hope you're as excited about tonight's show, which is actually being presented by you.
I am here now joined with a longtime friend of the Manalo family, Betty Lou Ormonde, and she is the chair of the Oral History Project and of membership for the Artesia Historical Society. Welcome, Betty Lou.
Thank
so
you.
great to see you
Thank
here.
you so much, Mr. Manalo. I appreciate you.
Oh,
inviting me.
Mr. Manalo stuff. You know me. Yeah. You're one of the few people that actually call me Vic around here. Everyone else calls me Victor.
Because I've known you since you were a little guy. I saw you grow up.
Exactly. Well, Betty Lou, you told me earlier tonight about a really interesting project that you're working on, that the Artesia Historical Society is working on with Holy Family Parish next door, our parish.
Yes, exactly. Yes, we're really excited about it. Our pastor, Father John Cadero, called and said, Betty, can you find out the sites where our first parish priest was, which is Foster Manuel Vicente. He came in 1928, and I included, and per his request, the Artesia Historical Society, and together we came up with 6 sites. First one was where Father Vicente said the first masses, which was in a 2-story building. If you want to find out, you have to go on the pilgrimage because we're having a pilgrimage.
Okay, got to hear about the pilgrimage.
Yeah, and we have a map. You just follow this map around town, and it will have little markers on it saying what is what. So the first masses were there. Across the street was the hotel where he lived. A kitty corner from that was used to be First Security National Bank, and of course that's where after Mass, he went over to the motel to deposit our money. Also, the Security National Bank gave us the first loan for our first church. So that's important historical sites for us. Going down a little bit more off of 188th and Corby, you'll see there's an aluminum building there now, but it was our first church, our first Holy Family church. It took Father Vicente was here about 3 years, and then finally they accumulated enough money. One thing about Father Vicente, he was asked by the Hollywood directors, would you direct us in a movie we are making? We need to know what a priest would do at this particular situation. So Father said yes. He got permission first, and the picture was called The Tiger Shark, and he directed them, and it was a procession, like a Eucharist, Holy Eucharist procession. And then after he gave them the information, and they said, would you be in it? So he was the actual priest in the Tiger Shark, and with the money he got from that, he put towards our new church. So,
wow,
yeah.
What an interesting history.
Yeah,
that must have been amazing to kind of to find all that information.
Oh, it was. It was fun. We used to have this priest, Father English, and he came from Hollywood, and when he got to Holy Family, as a couple of years he was here, our pastor, he brought in Fred Murray, Myrna Lloyd, and several other movie stars who entertained at our festival so we could make money for our church.
Wow.
So, and the person who used to pick them up and drop them off was Mr. and Mrs. Nick and Dothel. Long time, yeah.
God.
They were so excited. So anyhow, going past the church, sorry, I digressed here. Going past the church on Corby, next to it was an old house, and the Portuguese community, the one who actually started and brought wanted to have a parish, a church, and brought Father Vicente from Portugal. So they bought him this house right next to the first church. It was the rectory. Next to that house would be what we call the Bracero camp, where the Braceros came to live and until they were taken away to the fields.
Right.
And Father and many of the priests, because this was in 1942, reached out to these Braceros. They were like making them family because they were away for so long from their family. So anyhow, then after that, we go down the street again. We end up on Ashworth and Clarkdale, or Sane, I guess it is. And there's a Portuguese hall.
Yes.
And that's where all the Portuguese people came and had our festivities and our events. So it was a very integral part of our church. So come on along if you want to see it. We have a nice brochure that was made by Artesia Historical Society, Maria Danima. And you can follow that, and it's fun. And if you do come, we're going to give you a certificate that says you have completed the pilgrimage, the Holy Family pilgrimage.
Oh, great.
So, yeah.
So we can go by the museum and pick up these the maps? or what?
Actually, we're going to pass that out at church.
Oh,
Father
okay.
Father John Cadero will speak on this on October 3rd, Monday night, and because our festival is coming up, and the festival is going back to our roots, and so that's how it all started.
Wonderful.
And
Well,
our
thank
church
you.
itself is now 95 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
amazing. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Well,
I
thank
can't
you.
believe you even kept all that information in your head.
Me too.
Well, what an
Thank you so
amazing
much.
history and relationship, how integral Holy Family has been to the city of Artesia. And we thank you so much for all your dedication and all your work to keeping that history alive for all of us.
Thank you so much, Vic. God bless you.
God bless you. Everyone, and I am here with Veronica Bloomfield. I'm so excited to be here with her. It's been such a long time.
Wonderful to see you.
And it's so great to see you and to see you here at the historical gala for Artesia. Now, and I just asked you about your mom, and I know she's doing well, and you're taking care of her.
Yes, my mother is back home at her family home, over 120 years old, and she was at the Artesia Christian Home for a period of time and is now back home. And
good.
it's wonderful that she's with us, and she's the one that really taught me the importance of our community history, and she was very involved in the Historical Society for a number of years, and I'm happy to be here to continue that tradition of supporting such an important organization in our community.
Absolutely. I mean, your mom was the history. I mean, was it her father,
Yes.
right? That this community center is named after her
Yes,
father. your
yes.
grandfather.
My grandfather, Albert O'Little, he was involved in the Chamber of Commerce for a number of years, and then once he retired from his auto parts store that had been on Pioneer Boulevard, he became the city photographer. And so over the decades, he had acquired a lot of photographs that he had taken, but also people would donate their photos to him, and it was his project to create a pictorial history. Well, unfortunately, he passed away before he could get it published, so we had his files, and that's what we were able to finally complete on his behalf a couple decades ago. And that is for sale tonight, the pictorial
great.
history of
Oh,
Artesia.
wonderful.
And it's great. It's great to be able to know our roots and see how Artesia has always been a diverse community, always been a community of faith, always been a community of good neighbors. And I think those themes still carry forward today.
So what does it mean to you to be here and to continue the legacy of your family in maintaining the history of Artesia?
I think one of the most important things that the Historical Society does is they open the museum to local school children from ABC, and I believe it's third graders who will come have a field trip to the Historical Museum, and the docents will do hands-on game, hands-on activities, and I know children who've gone on the field trip who have said, that's the best field trip I've ever been on because it's very interactive, and they're learning about their community, they're seeing people that look like them and the different pictures on the wall, and they're getting to play some old-fashioned games that they enjoy. But I think having that legacy of celebrating our history, knowing where we come from, and then being able to have friends of friends, family friends, community friends come to celebrate Artesia. I'm not biased at all, Victor, but I do, and I know you feel the same way. Artesia is a very special place, only 1.6 square miles, but we have so much history and love and good memories, and we're trying to pass on that love of community to the next generation. And I think having a historical society that provides those field trips for kids, that provides those lessons about our past that can carry us forward. And like I said, a lot of the aspects about Artesia that were true in the past, I think are still true now. Our demographics have always been diverse. Our demographics have always been people of faith, good neighbors. I mean, and that's still true today. So I think that we want more and more people to be involved in the Historical Society. You don't have to be retired. You don't have to be an elder, to be a member of the Historical Society and help create the vision of what it will look like moving forward.
Absolutely. Well, I'm sure that you will be a part of that. Those who are continue to be involved, as our family will.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that we get to work on projects like that, and that it's great to be around folks who also love their hometown.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Veronica, for taking the
see
time.
you.
Good
Thank
to see
you.
you too.
Okay.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Thank you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.